Hey everybody, Rustabout Collector here. We're doing a live stream unboxing of this kind of mystery box that I picked up from an auction or an online auction. If you are here after the fact, after the live stream, there will be a time code down below if you don't want to watch, all the intro stuff that I'm going to do while I wait for people to join in, things like that. So if you want to skip ahead, time code down below for the future viewers, for you in the future. And that way you can just jump right into the unboxing. But basically, I got all this stuff from an auction. I kind of know what's in here. I don't know fully. There's definitely some stuff that is going to be a surprise even to me, but I do know that there's Lego, a little bit of Lego. There's Star Wars, which is probably the most important thing, and there's G.I. Joe, something that I absolutely love, but don't really have a ton of, here on the channel. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I paid a little bit for this, not much. I think it was like, 60, 70 bucks with shipping and everything. So basically not the worst, but not the best either, unless something really crazy shows up in this haul. Like I don't know. But let me just make sure here we got everything good to go, all the let's see, all the internet is working properly and we're not gonna like glitch out or lag out or anything, because that would not make for a very fun live stream. Hey, Nab Stop Motion, how's it going? Yeah, this is gonna be freaking lame, JCC224, until you see the G.I. Joes in here, and then you'll be super jealous. Anyways, so yeah. Had to take a sip of water there. Let's get Boba Fett out of there. He's not here for any particular reason. It's not like I was just reviewing Boba Fett, the book of Boba Fett from the show Boba Fett. So anyways, reaching in here, kind of blind, we have this amazing Star Wars action figure here. This is probably my favorite Star Wars character, Hulk Hogan. Yeah. Honestly, in the Lego haul that I got recently, the one that I was showing a little bit on the channel, but mostly over on my TikTok, which, yes, I have a TikTok. Cringe, I know. But I got one of these, like, rubber knee pad things, elbow pads, and I didn't know what it was from. Now I know it's from wrestling. Weird wrestling with Sarah tattoos. Anyways, that's a great start. Reaching in again, we have... Oh, okay, this is pretty sweet. I don't actually have this. It's a very battle-damaged CIS STAP, S-A-S-T-A-P or whatever. Missing some pieces, but I mean battle-damaged, like it's actually got factory weathering, like it's dry-brushed and stuff. Like, that is really sweet. I don't know, I mean, it's Clone Wars, obviously, but I don't know when or where this came out. But that's pretty dope. I hope the fins are in there or something, but I could always use that. This is like the one vehicle that ever was released by Hasbro that you can't do anything with unless you have a stand for it, because it doesn't have any functionality. Oh boy. Well, okay, there's got to be something good in here, right? Because we have... Hey, I'm Woody. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Anyways, all right, we're not doing that. We have a cape. That's got to be Dooku's cape, I think. And we have Jango Fett. We have Dooku's cape, and we have Jango Fett. So, again, I introduced this, but since there's more people joining in, I should definitely clarify. I know what some of the things in this haul are, but not all of them. I ordered it from an online auction site, or I bid on it, rather. And so, like, you see the top layer, but you don't see what's below that top layer. So, this is a really sweet Jango. I don't know if this is TVC. I mean, this is Clone Wars, so... pop that off of him, but I'm thinking that this is the vintage collection Jango. It's got a lot more articulation than most of the ones you'll see, like from the 2000 era, the early 2000 era. So this is pretty sweet. This is definitely one I don't have yet. Obviously, it's missing parts. If nothing else, it could be custom fodder, but we shall see what else lies with. Oh my gosh, what the heck is this? A Pez dispenser? This is so cursed. What the heck? I mean, it's from Shrek, but oh my gosh, what the heck? Yeah, so this is a thing that I just got, and I have no idea what this is even functional for, but that is That is some horror movie level. Well, my goodness. Anyways, that's no. We're gonna keep that back there, just like that. That's horrifying. Actually horrifying. And then we have McDonald's Lego Robin, which is pretty cool. Back when McDonald's gave out some kind of curious toys, you know, it's like a pre-posed Lego minifigure. It's kind of cool. Anyways, this is quite curious. This is going to be the most random haul possibly ever, which is what I like. You know, it's like it's random and it's random in a good way. So there we got a Dr. Octavius. This is pretty sweet. I think this is McDonald's also, like an older 90s McDonald's. Again, this is basically a full-fledged action figure given out by McDonald's. They do not do this today. I wish they still did, but you know, that's pretty cool. That's something I will probably keep. I don't have many superhero figures in the collection, but this is just a cool like nostalgia trip when they actually had cool McDonald's toys. I don't know if this is a McDonald's toy, but this is cursed. That probably will give me nightmares for years. Anyways, reaching back in. All right, we got some tactics. Love to see that because I have been getting back into tactics. I've been wanting to get some friends together and play some tactics. Always good to have more figures, but without the missiles, kind of impractical. But we'll see. We'll see what's in here. We have a General Grievous. This is a sweet Clone Wars General Grievous because it's got removable paneling. I don't know if I've ever seen this one, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, it's probably missing all of its parts because they're all removable, and as a kid, I'm sure that those parts just go missing almost instantaneously, but that is a really nice General Grievous figure, so, yeah, thank you very much, adding that to the collection, most assuredly. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. I'm going to run out of room so freaking fast here because I didn't mention this, but this box that I'm caressing right now, yes, nice box. This box weighs like 11 pounds, so there's going to be a crap ton. Once the box gets like lowered or this, Grievous, General Grievous, this is actually not General Grievous, it's General Grievous. His slightly battle-damaged younger brother, you know. He didn't get all the upgrades that Grievous got, so he's just, you know, hobbling around. But yeah, this is 11 pounds of toys, like random toys. I don't know what's in here apart from like the top layer. Again, I've said that before, I'll say it again. Just reaching in. This is like the ultimate P.O. Box unboxing. Hey, it's Goofy. it's Goofy. It's a, not an action figure, technically. This is like a... What? I don't even know what direction he's supposed to be facing. Like, his body is contorted like he's from an exorcism movie. This is horrifying. But yeah, there's Goofy. What a silly goofy this is. Yeah, we'll just... Can he stand up on his own? Like, what in the world? This is why I love getting like bulk lots of Lego or bulk action figure lots, because you get random crap like this. Like, will I keep this? Probably not, but this is hilarious to just have in hand. I don't know. I imagine boxes like this are kind of like when you go to a toy show and, you know, they have all those bins and you can rummage through the bins. This is kind of like that, only now I own all of this and I don't know what I'm going to do with it all. Anyways, more stuff. All right, we've got this guy. And then we've got Obi-Wan Kenobi from, I guess, like Season 3, Season 4 of the Clone Wars, probably. Like, later season, shorter haircut, different armor style and everything. But really, really solid. Goofy looks like Vecna got a hold of him. Oh no, it's Stranger Things, but Disney-themed. That's a very clever comment. I appreciate you. Anyways, Obi-Wan Kenobi with... very strange articulation in terms of hips, no ankles, but he has knees, and again, I don't think I have this one. I do have a version of this, like, this season design for Obi-Wan Kenobi. I don't have this one in particular, so that's going to be cool. You know, some of these things, like, I don't need two Obi-Wans, but it could be useful to have one for fodder or something like that. And we're on to Buzz Lightyear. Again, one of these, like... random figures that, well, what's that say on the bottom? That says Disney Pixar China, so, I mean, maybe these go together as some sort of bizarre freak show kind of thing, but there's that. Very, very glad that I have that. Creepy Buzz. Yeah, that's a smile that only a mother could love, I feel like. That's definitely special. Moving on, though, we have... Oh, this is so awesome. Okay. Fun story. I've had, and may even still have, like 3 Kaibucks, but none of them have the tail. The tail, for whatever reason, I think it's on a ball joint. I feel like the tail is always missing. So I finally have the Kaibuck with a tail. This is perfect for my Tartakovsky shelf. Been trying to get every Tartakovsky figure for a while now, and this just adds to that. This is such a cool design for a creature. Like, the pouches are super detailed. It's got kind of like a clone trooper belt running across here. And I believe Arbesh, I've never translated that or seen a translation, but that's pretty sweet, actually. So, very useful, very fine addition to the collection. A Kaibuck. I like that. Thank you very much, random auction site. I appreciate you. And I'm sorry if I don't keep up with comments super well. I don't have my laptop like I normally do. So I'm kind of just like watching them as they scroll by on the screen. Can be kind of easy to miss them. Yeah, so... Yeah, where the troopers at? They're in the box somewhere. But this is the first Joe sighting. This is a bat leader, I believe. J4, if you're still in the chat, you could definitely correct me. But I believe that this is a Cobra bat leader. And it's missing some elements. It should have, like, attachments for its arm. It should have a chest component that would cover up the flip-down machine gun. His name is Overkill. Overkill, that's right. I actually had Overkill as a kid. I had the big version with the frickin' electronic piece. So if you had, like, you could push the buttons and it would be like, Android, Android, Android. It's pretty cool. Anyways, he's the leader of the bats. I think that's V2. It's possible. It's possible it's V2. I am really bad with keeping up with the V's, you know, the V's for G.I. Joe. There's so many of them. I've just scrolled through yojo.com for hours, and I'm always, like, trying to keep up with the different versions, and there's just too many. There's way too many. We have, randomly, a Pirates of the Caribbean Mega Block thing. It's, you know, it's a package of the characters, but it's like randomly sealed. It's still in the bubble. Well, not sealed, but it's still in the bubble, and it's missing like one barrel maybe, or like a treasure chest. But that's fun. That's the 2 silly, goofy guys from Pirates of the Caribbean. Love to see it. Okay, we got a big handful here of some cool stuff. We got another Tactics. Again, love to see it, but without the missile, kind of useless. We have an Unleashed Obi-Wan Kenobi Clone Wars. I kind of forget that they actually made the Unleashed figures in the Clone Wars line, because they made them back in, like, what, 2005 to 2008 or something, and then they actually still kept the line around for some Clone Wars action. So that's cool. I do dig that. We've got a Captain Rex missing most of his equipment, but he does have a DC-17, so that actually kind of makes it worth it right there, because you're always losing those. But this is good fodder. You know, if nothing else, I already have a good mint condition, or, you know, close to mint condition Captain Rex. I don't need another one, but this is really good fodder for customs, especially with the removable head or helmet. You know, you have the head sculpt there. And we have Anakin Skywalker from Saga Legends. Is that it? The 5 POA line? This is the very, like, janky line where, you know, all those horrible characters came out in. But this isn't bad in regards to, like, what the other ones are like. Like, the troop, and not stand there, just sit on your shelf like that. That would be a pretty solid example of Anakin. So that's cool. Again, running out of room faster than I know what to do, but we will make do. And there's this guy. Who is he? What does he do? Where is he from? I have no clue. Like, genuinely no clue. This is very nicely painted and, like, feels like very high quality plastic, but I have no clue. Let's try and see what it says on the bottom here. 1996 1996 Playmates. He's blonde man. I don't even know if that's serious or not, because I feel like he could just be blonde man. But yeah, random superhero knight medieval guy with a very 90s haircut. He's about to go, you know, head to head in a battle for the bands with InSync, maybe. Put him back here with Doc Ock and the cursed Puss in Boots. Reaching in again. We've got something really awesome, actually. Flash Gordon, you're welcome. Thank you, J4. You're in the chat for a very good reason. You can be my my toy identifier. But this is awesome. An antenna mold 501st Clone Trooper. You can never have too many of these. And I definitely will take another one. This is cool. Paint is good. You know, hands are all there. This is actually a pretty good condition figure. I really dig that. So put him over here. Oh, again, no room already. But and then we have more of these. Hey, yo, Buzz Lightyear, what you doing there, buddy? Yeah, we have Buzz Lightyear. And that's, we're going to put him riding on Rexy there. Can we actually, oh, that works, actually. That actually works. Awesome. That's perfect. That's exactly how it was meant to be, too. That's, you know, that's canon. That's canon for the films. And, okay, this is pretty sweet. Dropped that. Buzz hitting the whoa. I hate that I laughed at that. Have Rex riding Rex. Give me a second. We have Kid Fisto from Unleashed, Clone Wars 2003. Pretty sweet. I already have that, actually, on my Tartakovsky shelf. So, yeah, he's there. We have... Oh, okay. I never knew that they made this version of Anakin, but we have dual-wielding Anakin from the Galactic Heroes line. So this is like his Attack of the Clones fighting Dooku. Pretty cool, very unusual choice for a figure, but still pretty cool. Put that over there. And then we have Lando Calrissian. Not like I could get 1,000 of these from my local Walmart, but it's nice to have one, at least, that I didn't really have to pay that much for. It's a solid figure. It seems to be, at least. Like, it's got good articulation. I'm guessing this is from, like, Legacy Collection or something, maybe Saga, but it's got swivel elbows, but the rest is actually very nicely articulated. Soft goods wired cape. Ooh, wired cape. That is cool. That is very cool. You don't see wired capes very often. I think there was a couple of the Jedi from the Order 66 2-packs that had wired capes, and that was really it. So that's very unique. It was in like the Vintage Saga collection or something. Okay, so it's even older than that, and it has a wired cape. That feels very premium for a figure like this. An ultra rare Lando. Yes, this is the ultra deluxe SDCC version. It's very rare. Made out of 14 karat platinum silver gold, if you believe it. You probably don't believe it, because I don't believe it. But, you know, it's a Lando. It's a cool version of Lando. Just for JCC2224 and, you know, the memes. There we go. We have Rex riding Rex. So classic. That's actually probably going to be the thumbnail right there. Boom. Thumbnail. Captain Rex riding Rexy. And, okay. All right. Random box of toy goods. We have a Wookiee warrior from, I believe, the comic pack. Maybe? Wait, I have the comic pack right above me. Hang on, let me look up there. Yes, this is the comic pack, the Kashyyyk Revenge of the Sith comic pack. Fun fact, well, I won't spoil it. Fun fact, though, there's more to come from that comic pack, potentially, in this haul. Anyways, this is a very cool Wookiee warrior, and I really should... Man, if I just had more shelving, I would definitely have... Like, instead of just having my Kashyyyk Army Builder clones on a shelf, I'd really love to do, like, a Kashyyyk, you know, shelf, where it's, you know, Bigfoot here, Chewbacca, Tarful, all the characters alongside the clones, but I just don't have, you know, that many shelves in this room. So, unfortunately, the Wookiees take a bench seat to... Oh, I bet that's backwards. I bet that's backwards on him. I bet this comes around to the front, because it's weird that doesn't want to clasp. But yeah, you know, it's a cool Wookiee warrior. I just don't have the space to add them to my Kashyyyk shelf yet. But someday, if I ever have, you know, like a house instead of an apartment, that's going to be one of my first goals. But there's Zurg to go along with, I assume, this cursed, very cursed Buzz Lightyear. That's neat. That's very, very neat. But, yep, there's Buzz Lightyear's butt. So, yeah, we've got some Disney Store stuff in here, you know, the Rex and this random guy. We have some good Star Wars so far. I think this is like 5-10 handfuls in. I think that there's more to come. And oh my gosh. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, we have the greatest Jedi of all time, first and foremost. We have Coleman Trebor. Freaking Coleman Trebor. My favorite Jedi from Attack of the Clones growing up. This was like the coolest guy because if you don't know, his head is modeled after the Parasaurolophysis. That's a real dinosaur that has like this thing coming back off its head, you know? And I was just like, dude, it's Parasaurolophysis guy. That's what I called him. It wasn't Coleman Trebor. I didn't know his name. It was Parasaurolophysis guy. And now I have Parasaurolophysis guy. This, I believe, is like the vintage collection, or at least like legacy collection, where it was more articulated. There was an Attack of the Clones version that was really like pre-posed and not very good, but still serviceable. So this is like the ultimate version of Coleman Trebor. I'm very, very happy to have this. I thought he had soft goods between these pieces, but maybe not. Or is that ripped off there? It's hard to tell. I've never handled this figure, so I don't know. But there's Coleman Trebor. He's awesome. Epic 10 out of 10. Epic last stands right there. So then we have the horse Bullseye. Very cool. But then we have these comic pack figures. Well, this is Prince Caesar or Sizor or whatever. Missing his head. I really freaking hope his head is in there because this was one of my favorite books growing up. And, you know, having this version of him that isn't just the Power of the Force figure would be awesome. But I doubt it's in there. I'm just kind of going out on a limb. You know, when heads are missing and stuff, it's not always in there. And usually it's been missing for years before these things get put up for sale. But, oh, crap. Just dropped him on the floor. Anyways, there is a Luke Skywalker from one of the comic packs. This looks like Baltar Swan's body, if I'm not mistaken. It was actually kind of reused multiple times. I could be wrong, but the inward elbows like this tell me that I think I'm right. I think that this is just a recoloring of Baltar Swan's body. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think I'm right. Then that's a Coleman didn't have soft goods, so you're good. He was a Target exclusive in 2009, I think, in those Geonosis Arena versus packs. Oh, those ones. Okay, that makes sense. I actually got, well, I have the Clone Troopers from some of those versus packs, or like those like arena packs. I have the Commander Pons and Captain Devis, but I also have one of the Jedi because one of them randomly went up on Tungori back, like, I don't know, a year or two ago, and I just randomly managed to get one of the Jedi, the bald one, the random bald Jedi figure that they made for those packs. Also, sorry if the camera's shaking kind of aggressively. I'm using a phone stand instead of like a tripod, and the phone stand is janky, so I apologize for that. It just, oh no, it's Chewbacca, but he's been amputated. Oh man, I think this is like the Revenge of the Sith Chewbacca. It's okay. I don't need this figure to be complete. I really don't care for... Oh, oh my gosh. Wow. That guy got... he is now big foot, literally. He only has 1 foot. He's no longer big feet. Just big foot. I think maybe I could use this as like a fodder figure somehow. Like if I want to do a Wookiee Jedi or something, I could probably pop this head off and put it on a body, but... yeah, he's seen better days, that's for sure. Now, I'm a little bit afraid I might get robbed by JCC2224 for this figure. I don't know. I'm a little concerned that I might be, but we have a Cobra Bat. I'm guessing probably the same era as the Overkill back there. Missing a hand, of course, because, you know, it's a Cobra Bat. The hands are always missing. But, yeah, this is pretty sweet. I think this is one of the re-releases from, like, the early 2000s where, you know, they use the older... well, I mean, it is because it probably lines up with that. But They used like the older molds, but it was in like the 2000s era, right before they did like Valor versus Venom or something. Yeah, that makes sense. He came with Overkill in a multi-pack. That's pretty cool. Pretty much makes sense. And I do dig this design, like the kind of gunmetal gray for the faceplate, the holographic sticker there. That's pretty awesome. Or lenticular sticker. It's not holographic. It's lenticular. But that's cool. Maybe his arm will be in there. That would be a very exciting find to be sure. Okay. We are fast running out of space here, and I'm just thinking like, oh boy. Just gonna move this off camera here. I kid you not, we are not even halfway through this box. Oh my gosh. I know it makes it seem like I find these kinds of hauls like every day here on the channel because I only upload the good finds that I find, you know. So I want to just reassure everyone, I don't find these typically. This is a very uncommon thing. And if you're looking for hauls like this, because I know I'll get the comments like, where do you find your clones and stuff? The answer is very simple. I just look often. I go on eBay, I go on Mercari, you know, I go often. I look up very specific searches, and that's how I find them, because the frequency is how you find the deals. Normally there's the ones that are always uploaded with, you know, high prices and stuff, but you can find deals like this if you just look frequently. So that's my tip of the day. Rust Belt Collectors toy hunting tip of the day. Check frequently on eBay. Go figure, I guess. I don't know. I hope that's helpful, because I always get those comments, and I do want to help other people find good deals. But it can be tricky for anybody to find good deals these days because, you know, these figures are getting harder to come by. They're not being made anymore, and there's more people collecting, and there's only a limited supply of these figures. So that can make it tricky. We have a, well, this would be an alternate universe. This is like what if Darth Maul, instead of getting sliced in half, what if Obi-Wan, you know, like Dooku'd him, you know, cut his hands off, and then there we go. It's what if Darth Maul. It could go two ways. It's what if Darth Maul made it to Revenge of the Sith, or what if Obi-Wan, you know, Dooku'd him. So there's that guy. And then we have freaking Kit Fisto. I do love a good Kit Fisto figure, and this is actually a good Kit Fisto figure. Like, unironically, I already have this one. I don't know why he's so, you know, crooked like that. He's very crooked, but it's a good figure. It's a really solid mold. It's got good articulation. It's got a good sculpt. The color might be a little bit off, like it's a very light green, yellowish color, but it's a solid figure. And to go along with that, we have Beheaded Kit Fisto, Clone Wars Edition. Ironically enough, in my latest P.O. Box unboxing, I was sent a complete one of these, so this will actually be good fodder. Give Maul... Wait, give Maul the battle droid head? I don't have a battle droid head on hand, otherwise I would. I'd be curious to know if that, the ball joint would fit. And then there was more... It's so tricky trying to read chats on the phone. Normally, like I said, I have my laptop, so I'm just trying to keep up. It's Revenge of the Sith. Wow. That's actually surprising. I've had him loose for so long, I couldn't remember what line he came in, but the fact that this is a Revenge of the Sith figure is very, very surprising. I mean, you've got full arm articulation, hand articulation, head, waist, hips, you know, everything is there except for ankles, and that's pretty impressive. That's very impressive. That's all you really need out of a figure typically. We have this, though. You know, we have to have some cursed stuff here. It's inevitable. Oh man, I really hoped that this guy still had batteries. I'm guessing this is like Sword in the Stone or something. I was going to say it's like Prince Caspian Narnia, but I don't think that that's the case. I think this is some weird Disney figure. Definitely going to go and get donated very, very quickly. Here is another comic pack figure. Oh, from Shrek? This guy's from Shrek? I don't know why I said it that way. Shrek? This guy is from Shrek? I really don't know. I've only watched Shrek like once, way back in the day, and I don't think I've ever watched the sequels all the way through. So, you know, I'm a very bad like Gen Z millennial person because I kind of get the memes about Shrek, but I also don't because I've only seen the first one. But yeah, anyways, comic pack guy. I think that this is a Star Wars comic pack guy, and I don't know anything about him. It's a Star Wars figure to me. I don't know this one. I know I've seen him, but it's just one of those ones that I never picked up because I don't know the source material. I'm assuming it's probably like kind of like Empire at War or something like that. One of those before the sequel trilogies. You know, that's cool though. It's definitely a nice figure, like articulation wise, sculpt wise. He's got a very unique head sculpt as well with that long hair, but I don't know his name. We'll just call him long haired guy. Very cool, very epic man. Epic Star Wars guy number 15. Trademark pending. Okay, I've been avoiding these because these were like on the top for a long time and they were just bulky. So now that we have the space, there's these like little playset things. These linked together somehow, I suppose. Hang on, what? Okay. Cool. This thing. We have this thing. Some sort of like, you know, micro machine scale playset. On the bottom, it says Shrek, DreamWorks LLC, Shrek 2, 2004 DreamWorks LLC, 2004 Hasbro China. All right, so we have more Shrek goodness here. Amazing. I'm so excited. I love, you know, I am the biggest Shrek fan. So like, this is perfect for me. I am the biggest Shrek fan on the internet. The guy that's been trying to get like the 2004 Honda CRV van, whatever, from the Shrek VHS on TikTok. No, he's not the biggest Shrek fan. I am. That's been my holy grail for like 20 years. I believe me, it's true. Anyways, had to take a sip of water there and dig in for some more random goodness. Random being the pivotal word here because now we have a very bendy Mr. Gumby. Amazing. This is manufactured when? Like 1930s? Because I don't really know that anyone knows the source material these days, but I can't even read it. Primo Toy Company Incorporated, all rights reserved, made in China. Interesting. I wonder when this was made. Probably recently, because it's still, you know, functional. It's not completely deteriorated, but Gumby isn't a very, like, popular thing these days, unless you're a boomer, I feel like. It's an older thing. It's not a Gen Z thing. Maybe we can bring it back as a meme. Wouldn't that be hilarious to bring Gumby back as a meme? Memes are very funny, and I understand all of them. Gumby taught me about stalagmites and stalactites. That's cool. I did not know that he did like educational videos, like on PBS or something, I assume. But we got more Galactic Heroes in the house. I do freaking love these little guys. Like, Galactic Heroes is one of those fun little toy lines. And this is actually pretty sweet because it has a removable helmet for Luke Skywalker. That feels very premium for such a childish toy line. But yeah, we got more Galactic Heroes. We've got more Unleashed. This is probably from that same Obi-Wan pack, so it's a 2008 animated clone trooper in the Unleashed style. Very warped, unfortunately. And a Grievous arm. Excuse me. But yeah, Grievous's arm for Grievous, or a Grievous. I don't know if it's that one back there, or if it's the older one, like the 2008 one. But yeah, there's that. There's a pen. They turned Anakin Skywalker into a pen. That's interesting. I think these were like cereal box pack-ins or something. So that's probably the coolest thing in this entire box, obviously. And then we have the Senate himself, which I just showed a little bit ago. But he has a spring-loaded tunic arm. You can see there's a hole right there, and actually something, spring loads into that. So I'm assuming some lightning, some sort of fun little play feature like that. So he can be like, oh, now you will die. And then, he shoots out Hello for joining. I just missed your collector of different yeah. How's it going? We have a lot of cool stuff. We're not even halfway through yet, so yeah, we're getting there. All right. Hang on as I reach my hand in for more. Well, we have this. This is a thing that we have. This is a 2009 Pokemon thing. That doesn't work. But I obviously knew that this was Pokemon. I'm very much aware that this is Pokemon because of course I do. I know Pokemon very, very good. I know it very good. Yeah, I don't know Pokemon at all. I know a couple of the cards and characters, the most common ones, but I don't know much about them in general. We do have a Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan Kenobi. We have another version of Kit Fisto, I think. Clone Wars Kit Fisto. I think, this is like super articulated. That's sweet. So I'm wondering if I could take the head, because I have this one complete. Like I said, this came in the P.O. box. I wonder if I could take the head from this one and just pop it onto this one, because this body is way, way more articulated. Actually has knees and ankles, and this one just has like straight hip swivels, and that's it. So that's actually really sweet. This is very, very useful. And yeah, it definitely is Kit Fisto because it has the same gauntlets and everything. Man, I totally get it. Ordering Buffalo Wild Wings is super, super important. I don't know where you left, so I don't know what you missed. But we have super articulated Clone Wars Kit Fisto. Amazing. Super excited for that. We have, this is cool. Han Solo, a.k.a. Lando, from Revenge of the Jedi, which technically would be semi-correct. But it's Return of the Jedi. And it's the outfit that Lando wears while piloting the Falcon. Very strange that he just was like, hey, I'm going to steal Han Solo's outfits. Yeah, I'm going to just take his style. But yeah, he did for whatever reason. So there's that guy missing an arm. That's cool. That's really cool. I love that back in the day, Star Wars made characters like this. Lando is obviously very popular, but they take him and they made like his less common outfits. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Oh, it's actually his outfit from the end of Empire. Well, you know what? I don't spend all my days reading Wikipedia. I dropped him. Actually, fun fact, I did spend all of my days reading Wikipedia as a kid, which is why my brain is full of useless Star Wars knowledge and not, science or something. But, okay, one more figure from that handful of toys. We have Ninja Turtle, a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. I don't know what line this is from, I'll be honest. I will be honest, I have no clue. It's a Ninja Turtle. It's an animated Ninja Turtle, so, that's cool. I've never been a huge fan of, like, TMNT or anything like that, so I don't know anything about these guys, but it's very cool. The figure is very cool. Like, good articulation, bendy, bendy, bendy. It's got, it's interesting. There we go. I can tell you more about Star Wars than psychology, and I have a bachelor's degree in psych. That would definitely be me. I have my associates, and yeah, not in psychology, but yeah, I couldn't really tell you much about that, but I could tell you a good heck of a lot of things about our favorite Jedi, Coleman Trebor, over there. All right. This is... Oh, gross. All right, hang on. I dropped a figure. I got to grab that really quick. I keep dropping things because I grabbed too big of a handful, but... It's a candle, and it hurts my soul to be actually handling this. But yeah, here's a Tinkerbell candle. I'm just going to gracefully put that back there. Oh, that is like the worst texture imaginably. I don't like that. We have Shrek's Fiona. This is another one of those. Hey yo, this is a kids channel. Hey yo, get out of here. None of that. Hey yo. Yeah, we have more Shrek figures. We have Mustafar burned Obi-Wan Kenobi. Very cool. More Galactic Heroes is always good. We've got Count Dooku looking very judgmental. It's like he's hanging off of a cliff or something, and he's just like genuinely mildly concerned about whatever it is that the current situation is. Yeah, that's pretty cool. 2008, not, well, I was going to say not Clone Wars, but it could be Clone Wars. It might go to this Obi-Wan back here. If you ever met Obi-Wan Kenobi, Ewan McGregor, you'd want to give him a Galactic Heroes Obi-Wan Kenobi. I think he would appreciate that. I really do. To see yourself turned into a child, a literal child for a child's toy, that would be quite the experience. Like, I've always thought about that, right? Like, what would it be like to be in a movie or whatever production and then have a figure made of you as that character? I feel like that'd be kind of a cool, kind of a surreal experience, There was a time, I'm trying to think if this was like around Revenge of the Sith, and I've talked about this before. I've reached out to people on forums and stuff. No one ever knows. But there was a time when Lunchables had a partnership contest with Hasbro, and it was, you could go to Hasbro and make your own custom figure. You could make I think it was like make yourself into a figure or something like that. I never knew, there was never an announcement of who won, and I always wanted to find out who won that contest, because I always dreamed that it would be me, even though I didn't buy Lunchables. So how the heck was I going to win? But yeah, that's one of those things that just fell by the wayside, like the Clone Trooper oddities, that whole series that I do, and just my love for Star Wars concept art and stuff. That's what I like. Those things that just kind of fell into obscurity, like a contest for a custom action figure. Like, where's that custom figure now? It exists somewhere, probably. Multiple things like that were probably made as one-offs or small batch runs or things like that, given away at conventions or to employees, and you never know where they ended up, and that always fascinates me. But moving right along, we actually have a pretty sweet droid here. I want to say that this is K-3PO from Empire Strikes Back. I could be wrong about his designation, but yeah, it's a pretty sweet droid. I love droids. I love protocol droids and astromechs and all that stuff. Always good to have a new one, a unique one in the collection. This one being a little bit yellowed in the weirdest way possible. Just his joints have yellowed, but the rest of his entire body is pristine white. That's curious. That's curious to say the least, because the whole yellowing thing is a huge topic of interest in the community, and yet here we have a droid that only yellowed in the least noticeable spot possible, the joints. Well, I guess it could be worse. So that's cool. That's a nice, unique droid to have in the collection, in the droid army. And we have another clone trooper. Can always use more of these guys, especially when they're ones that I actually like to have as a little bit of an army build, I don't mind having more Coruscant guards. They're very useful, very cool figures. And yeah, there we go. Another clone trooper. That makes 3, I think, so far. We've got the antenna mold 501st, the antenna mold shock trooper, and a partially complete Captain Rex. Anyways, we dive once more into the abyss. And we have another clone trooper, Galactic Heroes 212th clone trooper. That is actually super cool. I think this is the 3rd or 4th one of these that I have, just randomly. I've never really sought out any more of these. I've definitely wanted to get one of each Galactic Heroes, but I've never actively been I want to army build a specific legion. I just happen to have multiples of those. And then we have another one of my favorite Ki-Adi-Mundi figures, or Ki-Adi-Mundi? Ki-Adi-Mundi is how Dave Filoni says it in one of the Clone Wars featurettes, and so I really don't know what this guy's name is anymore, because that really messed with my head. He called him Ki-Adi, like combining the Ki and Adi, and Ki-Adi-Mundi. I think it's Ki-Adi-Mundi, but whatever. To each their own. It's like AT-AT or AT-AT. Either way, this is my favorite version of this character. It's based on concept art. I already have one, and having 2, I guess, isn't really a big deal, because it's one of my favorite Jedi figures just in general. The design is super cool. The sculpt is super cool. I mean, having a Jedi with an eye patch, with a freaking eye patch, is so cool. This is like what I wanted to see on screen, but alas, he will just exist as an action figure, and I'm okay with that. So yeah, another one of those. You know, another Kiedi Mundi, Kiedi Mundi. I don't know. All right, more. I probably say that every time, right? I don't know. I have to watch this back and like analyze, because I of course overanalyze myself as a human being. That's just common for me, and also because I do videos, and so I'm always analyzing my voice and stuff, and it bugs the crap out of me. But I think I say that every time I like, alrighty, and here's more action figures. Either way, we have an Unleashed Magna Guard, and we have a Galactic Heroes Magna Guard. How fitting that these came out together. Very, very cute version and a very normal, ordinary looking version. And then we have another Puss in Boots from Shrek. This time not functioning, but this time a McDonald's toy. Very cool. So excited. I'm going to start my Shrek army build here. And I actually do know this Pokemon. This is Mewtwo. This is a Mewtwo little figurine. Very nice quality, so I'm assuming it's not just like a cheap McDonald's toy, but it's not something that I know a ton about. So if somebody knows their Pokemon miniatures, maybe you can tell me where this is from. It's very cool, very, very nicely sculpted, very, very Pokemon. Wow, I'm great at this. Next, we have Tinkerbell. That's all. That's it. Then we have Padme from Galactic Heroes. I love it. That's another Galactic Heroes for the random Galactic Heroes collection that I never intended to start. Oh, and then we have another comic book character. This is like the haul for comic books. Whoever, was getting rid of this really had all the comic packs, which is cool. But unfortunately, this figure is also missing their hands, and that's a bit of a disappointment because that's like the one thing that you'll never find is the hands to a unique character like this just laying around. You might find like a clone trooper hand or something like that, but when they're hands like this that are actually pretty unique, good luck. You'll never find that. But we have a Geonosis droid as well. One of the really terrible Saga, right? Saga. I don't know. I get my waves mixed up, but it's one of those really old like bendy leg molds. So this might just be better as like a dead droid on the shelf that clones have punched or something. And then we've got this guy. My brain right now doesn't want to give me a name. I want to say it's Amon. Is that his name? Like Amon or something like that. He's one of those background characters from Jabba's palace. I think that this is like the 30th anniversary version of him. I genuinely don't remember his name. I want to say it's Amon though. Amon. That's not Amon. It's another from his species. Oh, well that's cool. Comic pack with Rom Mock or somebody. Again, so this is like the haul for comic packs. I did not know that they even had other characters in this species. So I just figured, oh, it's a Monomon, because why would they have other Mons? There just be one. There just be the one Monomon. I do really like the way that this guy's posed. It just looks so silly. Like she's like, hey man, how's it going? Hey. This guy's one of the very interesting. Oh, just that face just gets me every time. Like I just imagine like you're at home, right? You're at home alone at night, and it's dark out. Your mom and dad aren't home. No one is home, and you look out the window because you hear like a noise, and then this is what appears. I love it. I love that alien species, whatever it is. Janek, Sunbar, and a Manon. He came with an Imperial officer. Okay. Well, that's very good information. Once again, thank you, J4 in the comments. I really appreciate all the information. More figures coming out of the box. We have a very, very cross-eyed Toy Story figure. Love to see it. We've got earlier Obi-Wan Kenobi. So actually, it's kind of funny. We have like early seasons Obi-Wan Kenobi. We have later seasons Obi-Wan Kenobi. Slightly different head sculpt sizes. But yeah, that's pretty cool to have both of these together. I think I already have both of these. They're seemingly very common figures. But again, these could make for good custom fodder. You know, pop the heads off and boom, you have a custom, you know, I could take Coleman Trevor's head, let's say, and just pop it right on there. And then you have a Clone Wars Coleman Trevor as if he survived the Battle of Geonosis, which we all know that he did, obviously. He had a force field and he survived. It's clear from just the way that George Lucas edited it. Just trust me on that, okay? Just trust me. Anyways, we have another clone trooper. The fun fact with this clone trooper is that this is weirdly one of the most bootlegged molds for a clone trooper. Apart from like all those new antenna mold figures, this mold, for whatever reason, just got bootlegged in so many unique ways. You can find like the pilot body super easily with the pilot helmet. There's also the 7-inch pilot that I think I reviewed here on the channel in my bootleg videos, where they used this mold, this head sculpt, and just scaled it up super big so that it's bigger than even Black Series. That's a super cool figure, and I'm really glad to have it in the collection because it's super unique. But it's weird that, I mean, I can't really say that it's weird. It's just unusual that this mold has been used that much. Like, it's been proliferated, I think that's the right word, throughout the bootleg community over in Asia. And, you know, somebody somewhere just has this mold laying around in a factory, and they like to use that mold a lot. It's curious. The whole bootleg thing really fascinates me. I wish it was easier to find wacky bootlegs these days. Like the old days, the old days of like 2015, when Tungori and all those eBay stores were selling some crazy, crazy figures that were like prototypes, unreleased figures, you know, bootleg figures. Those were the days to be hunting eBay because you could find those things all over the place, and now I have a hard time even tracking down which ones were released. I just find like little traces and pictures and low quality images or forums talking about it. Anyways, you know, it's one of my like weird like sub obsessions within toy collecting. I love bootleg collecting and the weird bootlegs that get made, and they're hard to find. That's what I have to say. They're very hard to find. And we have a Clone Wars Yoda with the spring-loaded arm cannon. That's a weird play feature, to be sure. We have a Super Battle Droid. Always nice to have another one of those. This one is in pretty good condition, so can't complain there. I'm just making a pile here at this point. There's no way to stand all of these up. I mean, I can move some of these things back, like the cursed figure. We can move that back, I suppose, but it's just, there's not a lot of room here, and I did not realize that there was this much stuff when I was bidding on this. But I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining one bit. We've got green speckled R2-D2. I'm assuming like a Dagobah version of the character. Very nice chrome headpiece, though. That's actually really kind of cool, you know? Kind of cool. He's got the little pop-up thing, little periscope piece. And he also has... Oh, he's yeah, you can see he's got the light element. Not the light element, but, you know, the top of his head is transparent. So light comes through, hits a mirror, and makes his eye look like it's glowing. That's pretty sweet. That's like one of the cool play features, you know? It's very simple. Doesn't damage the integrity of the sculpt in any way, but it makes this a more unique figure. I don't know. I've always liked those little elements that are so simple yet so effective. And I'm guessing this is what you were talking about before, JCC. The Inferno Bat, I believe, is what you said. So this is pretty sweet. It's like a Jolly Rancher bat figure. It's all cast in clear red. I'm kind of scared because I'm wondering if this has like clear plastic syndrome as well. But I guess this is like an entire comic pack of bat figures. That's really awesome. No arms, unfortunately. No arms, and like with this figure, I'm assuming that finding arms for these figures is going to be kind of tricky. It's not impossible. I've had weirder things happen where I've just gotten, you know, random arms and something and it matches a figure that I already have. But probably not for something that uncommon, unfortunately. I'm just going to kind of scroll back through. Sorry, the collector of a different toy. I don't always keep up with chat. I'm trying to, but it's on my phone, so it's tricky. You could always steal their hands and put them on clone figures. I love that one Super Battle Droid that... Wait. That punched a B1 Battle Droid in its way from Attack of the Clones. Yeah, that was a fun scene. You might be able to find repos for the bat arms. My brother is a bat expert. I can ask him. That'd be awesome. And yeah, I suppose that makes sense. There's so many customizers in the community that probably somebody somewhere has made castings or 3D printings or something of that sort. We've got the food truck toy. Isn't this from like Atlantis? I feel like this is from Atlantis. I don't know. That's a thing that I'm not keeping for sure. And we've got super articulated Phase 1 Clone Trooper, one of the real classic clone molds. You know, everybody talks about antenna mold. Honestly, super articulated Phase 1 is pretty classic. It's up there. It's on par with antenna mold. I don't think one is necessarily greater than the other. It's just a really solid mold for a clone, and it's one of those ones where like you can have a billion of these and you'll never have too many. There's not a point where I'll be like, man, I have too many of that clone trooper mold. These two are just ones that I'll be like happy to have as many as I possibly can. Especially when they're cheap, you know, when they're cheap and they're in that mold, it's amazing. We have Grover. 2004 Sesame Workshop. Cool. That's cool. Just want to put this in here. I managed to get a 212th Airborne today for $10 on eBay. Absolute steal. That's awesome. I guess it was 10 pounds, which I don't know how that translates. I think the dollar and the pound are like in sync right now. So that's awesome. Getting it for $10, it's a really good deal these days. You're not going to find those prices every day, you know. Next up, we have a Clone Wars Eth Koth. That is something really cool. I've never had this figure. It's missing its whatever. It may have been soft goods. It may have been soft rubber. But again, these are some... I'm just blown away. There's so many figures in this that I just don't already have, which is very uncommon because I feel like, you know, I have a pretty good collection. There's quite a few that I have. And so I'm getting these ones like Clone Wars Eth Koth that I just never really thought to pick up. Or the super articulated version of Kit Fisto, missing his head, but that's okay. Coleman Trebor, you know, these are just figures that I never really prioritized over Clone Troopers, and now I'm adding them to the collection. It's pretty cool. I'm stoked. I'm stoked to have more Jedi, especially in the Clone Wars line. We've got Clone Wars Asajj Ventress, missing pretty much everything that could be missing, but that's okay. Yeah, cool figure. Very nice. Very damaged. Eth Koth had a huge fabric robe. You might be able to make a new one from tan fabric. That would work perfectly. This is cool. This is definitely a comic pack Asajj Ventress. Couldn't tell you which one, but this is really, really an awesome figure. Soft goods, pre-posed legs, articulated arms, really nice printing on the head. This is sweet. Yeah, this is really, really sweet. I don't know if this is necessarily based off of the 2003 Clone Wars, but it's, you know, obviously from that era. And yeah, that's really cool. Came with a long-haired dude from earlier. You know, that sounds right. Like, I feel like I've seen this. I don't know what that's from. Like, it's obviously from a comic book, but yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things, you know. You can't be an expert on everything. I try to be like broadly versed on Hasbro figures, but you know, I only have so much knowledge in my brainsicle. Only so much. And ooh, perfect. Yes, it's the super articulated Kit Fisto. Well, his head, and now we have the body, and now we have a complete super articulated Kit Fisto from the Clone Wars. This is awesome. The only downside is, with a lot of these Jedi, you don't really have clone legions for them in the Clone Wars. Like, we don't have, well, okay, hang on. We do kind of. We have Locke, and I think I do have Commander Locke, or Captain Locke. I think I have a rather beat up version of him, so that's perfect for him. But we don't have his troopers. And then we never got Commander Phil. We never got his other troopers, I think 09er and Bell. We never got those. And so many of the Clone Wars Jedi we just have as Jedi, and then we never got their Legion, which is very disappointing. Very, very disappointing as a Clone Trooper fan, first and foremost. I could do without the Jedi figures. I want the Clone Troopers. So yeah, this is pretty sweet though. Let's see. Yeah, I got the head. My deluxe Boba Fett has a loose ball joint. How to fix it? That is tricky. I know some people have done that. I've never been good at fixing loose joints, unfortunately. I usually just leave them. Ventures came with Toll Score. No idea who either of them are, lol. Yeah, I don't know these comics. The comic characters, like, I never read the comics. So it's like, you know, if they're cool, if they're designed well, like, I think this is a cool character. I couldn't tell you anything about him because I just never read the comics. The only comic I think I ever read growing up was the Republic comic that came with Alpha and Obi-Wan. And then I never read the rest of the series, so I have no clue how the campaign on Jabim even went. But I do appreciate that they, you know, canonized that kind of in Kenobi, the series, because then, you know, they go to Jabim, and then it's like kind of referencing back to that old comic. Oh, now this is pretty sweet. Is this official? I've never had one of the Lego Toy Story, like, figures. Yeah, this is official Lego. That is really sweet. This is the weirdest figure that I think they've ever made. And they're kind of bringing it back with the Avatar series that they're doing now. But he's got extra large arms, extra long legs, and a very goofy head mold. And this was what they did. They did this for a couple different characters in the line. And yeah, like look at the back. You know, a normal Lego leg would end there, and he's got an extra stud length. It's pretty silly, pretty silly, goofy Lego mood going on here with these. But you know, I like actually having this in the collection because it's such a unique period in Lego lore. I guess again, yeah, they are bringing it back, but it's such a unique way for Lego to introduce Toy Story. There we go. Oh man, I forgot they made the Woody's Roundup set. That would have been awesome. The one that I always wanted, and I don't think I ever got, except like I think I have one from just like a Lego lot, was the Plastic Soldier Battle Pack. That was so unique. It was 4, you know, plastic soldiers cast in all green with a green Jeep. It was just such a cool set. But I never buckled down and bought it, unfortunately. Well, it had to happen. Oh no, it doesn't work. Dang it. It would have been so great if this worked. This is so cursed, getting all this Shrek stuff mixed in with like some of the best Star Wars figures I've gotten in a long time. It's the yin and the yang. You know, you must get Shrek toys with with some of your Star Wars toys. Man, this is great. This is absolutely great. I love it. It's called Green Army Man, you uncultured swine. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I don't know my Toy Story lore. We have a cape. That's cool. Yeah, see, it's the cape from Doctor Strange. It can fly on its own. We have a Polly Pocket. A Polly Pocket. And we have a Ben 10. This is obviously Ben 10, the character Ben 10 from the critically acclaimed show Ben 10. Honestly, this is a pretty sweet, like, sculpted figure. I have no clue what Ben 10 is really about. I've never watched an episode. I know the basic concept of, like, shape-shifting and stuff, but it's a pretty cool alien figure, you know, for what it's worth. Very interesting design. It just isn't something that I'm aware of. So things like this, I actually will keep because I feel like I can use them as customs maybe, or as backgrounds for, like, toy photography. There's a lot of different features, and I have a whole drawer devoted to just random figures like this that I like the sculpt of, but don't necessarily, you know, invest in collecting the whole line. All right, so surprisingly, this is about 2/3 of the box. There's still a decent amount in the box, but this is about 2/3 through. So we're almost there. We're almost to the bottom. We've been going at this for a little over an hour. Appreciate you guys sticking with me because this has been a lot of fun. I was kind of leery of doing a live stream like just randomly on a Wednesday, but I'm glad that many of you were able to join just because I wasn't going to be able to do this later in the week and I wanted to unbox this. All right, so we have a cape, we have a tunic. I think that this is a Count Dooku tunic just based on the little glitter strand there. We have an articulated Incredibles figure. That is curious because I did not know that they even made toys that were, you know, beyond like the McDonald's toys. But this is actually like a full, and it lights up, dude, lighting up dash. That's how fast he can run. That's pretty cool. I'm guessing this is like a Disney store figure that they probably sold or something. Not anything that I'm terribly fond of, but still cool that they actually devoted a toy line to these characters from the Pixar shows. And we've got one of these. I do like having that. That's a cute little Toy Story guy. Cute little green alien. We'll put that next to Woody. Put that next to Lego Woody. We have this character from The Thing. Yep, that's a thing. We have we have beheaded Palpatine with his like play gimmick where you push in his feet and he swings his arm. I think this is the Revenge of the Sith version. They re-released this in the Order 66 2-packs. It is a traffic cone of a figure, and it's very tacky for some reason, so I don't like that at all. We've got one of those dirt bike dudes. We're going to call this guy Dirt Bike Dave. He's got thumbs up. He can give you a thumbs up. Hey guys, I'm Dirt Bike Dave. Go ride a dirt bike, because Dirt Bike Dave gives you a thumbs up and says, go ride a Dirt Bike Dave. Wait, no, don't ride Dirt Bike Dave. Ride a dirt bike. Yeah, there we go. I had some of these growing up. Very interesting figures. They're cool for what they are. You know, you can put them on a dirt bike. In fact, I think I'm going to peek ahead really quick. Spoilers. Yeah. Right here. I knew I saw this in the box. But here's a dirt bike, although the tires always pop off on these. But yeah, this is like one of the dirt bikes. You put them on there and, you know, Dirt Bike Dave can ride the dirt bike. Yeah, I still play with toys. Yeah, I'm a grown man doing that. That's fine. Anyways, here is the I don't even know anymore. My brain is completely fried on what the heck this could completely random, like, janky plastic figure be. Like, it's a wrestler, maybe. It's painted. It feels like it's made out of Dollar Tree plastic. It's got a battery compartment for something. Oh, yes. What the heck is this? Oh my gosh, he's got laser vision. This is awesome, whatever this is. I assume this is just like one of those generic toys you get at like Dollar Tree, Dollar General, whatever. But this is very much reminiscent of all those bootleg clone troopers that I reviewed on my channel, where you'd press like their belt and their eyes would light up or their chest would light up. This is awesome. He's a wrestler, but when he's losing and his arm gets ripped off, he just starts like laser beaming people with his laser vision. In fact, yeah, he could face off against the other wrestler back there. I'm not even going to bother picking those up because there's just too much going on here. Oh, whoo-hoo. Now, okay, we're back on the comic book pack, like, string of figures. We have Thrawn. Frickin' Thrawn. Grand Admiral Thrawn. This is awesome. It's going to go really nicely with my Imperial Army. Absolutely. That is awesome. This is a very comic book accurate version of him. Obviously, it's not based on Rebels, but that is sweet. That is so sweet. I don't know what these figures are worth nowadays, but I feel like it's got to be going up because, one, it's an older figure, and two, it's also, you know, it's it's Thrawn with Ahsoka coming out, Clone Wars, Rebels. Like everybody probably wants this figure, and I don't think they really released that many. Like I think it was the comic pack and maybe a re-release in like Legacy Collection, and that was it. We've got Palpatine himself, good old Palpatine, missing a hand. I don't know what version this is, but it's a pretty good one. It's soft goods, articulated, pretty cool. We've got an Anakin with I don't know. I'm gonna just give up trying to guess what lines these are from, but it's an Anakin Skywalker, articulated, missing an arm, pretty decent likeness. So it's not the worst I've seen, definitely, but maybe not the best. Got another Galactic Hero. Very nice. Anakin Skywalker. Not, I've only ever gotten like the Galactic Heroes that are clone troopers, so it's kind of cool to get these Jedi because, again, they're one of those things that I just wouldn't normally seek out. But because I have them now, I'm definitely keeping them. We've got another Tactics, this time just a generic X-Wing pilot. I was going to say, I thought this was Luke, but then I saw the blue crests there, and it is just a pilot, generic pilot. Still no darts, though, so we're probably out of luck there. If you have the little animal buddy that goes on his shoulder, that Thrawn is worth like 70 to 90 bucks. Holy crap. Jeez, these figures are just like, I mean, I get it. Like, they're not making them anymore, so it's not scalpers. It's just pure supply and demand, but it's insane that these little like $7 pieces of plastic are worth that much now. Just in not that many years. Like, if it's a vintage Star Wars figure and it's worth that much, I do understand that, from like the 70s, 80s, and 90s. That makes sense because it's so old. But this is like probably 2000. I can't really read it because it's it's sculpted on like fabric, so it's hard to read the text. But I want to say 2010, 2008 maybe. It's not that old, and it's just weird that the prices are so high. But whatever, it is what it is. It's like me trying to find the Halo figures. It's just one of those things that I just have to accept that I'll never understand. We've got more Disney characters, though. This guy from, The Lion King. We've got more Ben 10. This guy is actually Ben 11, the Butterfly Man. Honestly, pretty cool. Like, the plastic feels really solid. I love the transparent elements. I love the printed elements. Like, this is just a cool figure. Again, I'll definitely be keeping these just because they're fun, They're cool characters that I know nothing about, but the figures look so cool that it's hard to say no to. We've got another Disney character. Let me see. We had something else like this, didn't we? Maybe not. Okay. I thought we had another figure that was like in this line. It looks like it's Unleashed, but it's from Mulan. Like it's a Unleashed Mulan figure. That's pretty unique. I have nothing more to say on that. It's pretty unique. Very cool. Didn't know that they made those. Probably something that was like Disney store exclusive or, something that was at Disneyland. And that's about it. Oh, Ice Age. Thank you, Shields. I appreciate the info. That is from Ice Age. All right, dude, I'll catch you later. Thanks for stopping by. Enjoy your Buffalo Wild Wings, and I will definitely, there will definitely be more probably here that I don't know that I'll need your expertise on, like this potential comic pack Imperial Officer. I thought for just a second that this was Juno Eclipse from Force Unleashed. And I got really excited, but it's not. It's just a comic pack character. Still unique. It's, you don't get female Imperial officers that often in Hasbro. So yeah, I'll definitely be able to use this in my Imperial setup, but I have no idea who this character is. For lack of a better knowledge, I'm just going to say it's Juno because you technically could use that as a decent representation of Juno Eclipse. All right, digging ever deeper into this this box. Gosh, I feel like I'm like close to the end, but not to the end. We've got another Unleashed Magna Guard. I believe this is the same one. Yeah, same one as before. So we got 2 of those. Hello to everyone that's joining and leaving and joining. I appreciate you guys being here. So we got that, another Unleashed figure. Always nice to have one of those. We've got Count Dooku here. So we've found like 2 or 3 Count Dooku capes so far. So this guy definitely goes to one of them. In fact, there's one right here. So we'll just, we'll just pop that right on there, and there you go. Oh wait, that's upside down. There you go. Or maybe it's up. I don't know if it's upside down or inside out or whatever, but there is a version of Count Dooku. These joints are really stiff, so I'm kind of scared to move them for fear of them just snapping. But there's Count Dooku. Very nice. We have a headless Saucy Tin. So that's probably just going to be custom fodder. Unless we find the head and arm like we did with Clone Wars Kit Fisto. Because that was awesome and very unexpected to find that. So maybe we'll find that in here as well. But, I'm not counting on it. We've got the best Commander Gree ever made, potentially. This is like the 30th anniversary / vintage collection Commander Gree. Great figure. Definitely can use this for my 41st army, It's gonna be pretty cool. It's gonna have some usefulness to my collection. How was my day? Well, it was pretty good. Thank you for asking. I was at work, and I got home and this was delivered, so I decided to do the live stream tonight as quickly as possible. It was hot though. It was very, very hot today. It's like 100 degrees today. It's very miserable. I'm very thankful for air conditioning. But then we have Princess Leia. Another comic pack version, I think. I think this might be the one that goes with Prince Sizor, wherever Prince Sizor is in this collection of plastic figures. He's probably somewhere. We don't have the head for Prince Sizor, unfortunately, so that's a regrettable thing. A lot of these figures are very incomplete. At the end of this, I will try and do a full setup just so that I can go over everything, because there's a lot of inventory here that I'm trying to keep up, The face of Leia don't look right. It's worn, like the paint off of her nose is worn. If that will focus. It's pretty beat up compared to some of these other figures. But yeah, what is my favorite Clone Trooper figure? I saw that scroll by on the chat a minute ago. Probably the Order 66 Kashyyyk Trooper or the Kashyyyk Comic Pack 2-pack Clone Commander. Those are probably my 2 favorites. At the moment, at least. It varies, because some days I'm just like, man, that was a really cool Clone Trooper figure. Maybe that's my favorite Clone Trooper figure. And I like Clone Troopers. So, in a way, they're all my favorite. There's just some days where some are more favoritized than others. I don't know. But then there's another Clone Wars Jedi, Ki-Adi-Mundi. And that is actually super useful because he can go with my Geonosis squadron. I have a small collection of Commander Jets unit. I think I have 1 Flame Trooper, 2 of the Specialists, and 1 Commander Jet. So that'll be super nice to have the Jedi to go with those. As I was saying earlier with the Clone Wars Jedi and the clones, it is interesting that so we got Captain Locke, but we never got a Horn Company Clone Trooper. So we have his captain, but that's it. We never got Kit Fisto's unit, so we never got Commander Phil, we never got Bell, we never got O9er. And then with Ki-Adi-Mundi, we just got all of them. We got every single one of his troopers, his commander, the Flame Trooper, the Specialist, and Commander Jet. It's interesting. It's very interesting how he suddenly got such special treatment, But I'm grateful that they did it with at least 1 Jedi, and it was a good choice. Commander Jet is an awesome, or Captain Jet, Commander Jet, I can't remember. I think they refer to him as both in the show. But either way, it's a cool figure, and I love that they did give him that Legion. It's just weird that they just stopped with him for some reason. You gotta take another drink of water, because, gotta stay hydrated out there, Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. More randomness. We have a happily ever after potion. It's a potion. It's a drinkable potion. Ooh, potions. More Shrek stuff. I don't know why there's so much Shrek. Oh my gosh. No way. Dude, this is freaking awesome. Okay, This, oh my gosh, this makes such a fun story. So I have, hang on, I think I still have it like right here actually. So I have this figure. I have this figure. I just posted a toy photo over on my Instagram with this figure. But I broke his leg in the process of posing him for that toy photo. And here he is again. I think that this is the earlier version and this might be a re-release. But oh my gosh, I don't even know if that's true. That might be wrong, but I got the figure in this haul. This is a complete mystery haul. Like, I did not know what 90% of this stuff was like in the box, you know. I bought it kind of sight unseen. Oh my gosh. That is so amazing. Dude, just the coincidence of that is like, of all the Jedi figures to have in this haul, it's this one, this very uncommon, lesser known Jedi figure. Oh my gosh, I'm freaking out because I was gonna go try and track this guy down. He's like a $40 Jedi figure, and I got him. Oh my gosh, dude, that makes me so freaking happy because it's one of my favorite Jedi figures. I love the Nikto just like species. You know, it's very reminiscent of Amagundi from Clone Wars, who, if you don't know, my favorite clone trooper from the Clone Wars that never got an action figure was Captain Keeley. And so this looks like his general, which is just so, yeah, it's the will of the Jedi. It's the will of the Force that this guy happened to be in this haul. That is, oh my gosh. I'm blown away by that. That is just amazing. Oh, okay. Well, nothing's gonna like top that. So you know, next up we have this guy, this wrestler dude. He's pretty cool. He's very ripped, and he's now back there. We've got more Ben 10, another interesting Ben 10 figure missing a head, unfortunately. We've got Galactic Heroes Darth Vader, very very cool. Missing his head, but again, with like the Luke Skywalker, it's just cool that they even made characters with removable helmets in this line. And as you can see, like, excuse me, as you can see, this my entire desk is filled with figures, and we're not even done yet. This is insane. And I did not, again, I'm just speechless by this entire haul. I expected a few of these things. Like, I think from the top of the box, like when I bought the box, I think I knew that this figure was in there. I think I knew that this Commander Gree was in there. But for the most part, it was all just jumbled together, and I didn't know what was there. And for reference, the box weighed in at like 11 pounds. That's the only thing I knew about it going in, was like it's an 11-pound box, and I knew like some of the figures on the very top were in it. But oh my gosh, this is blowing me away. We've got a Tactics Darth Vader. Spring feature still works, so that's cool. He's very useful for my Tactics collection / if I ever get people to play the game. We've got an Anakin Skywalker with soft goods, which is very unique. This is like a pleather material, so it feels very, or like a vinyl material maybe, so it feels very nice, like very Jedi robe-y, I guess. He is missing his hand, unfortunately, because I would actually really like this version of him in the collection. It's just a really cool, high-quality version with soft goods. To answer your question, I just saw it scroll by. A lot of the Nikto do work for Jabba, but I don't know if all of them do, or if that's like just some of them, or if there's like maybe a group of them. Because I know a lot of them were like pirates in Clone Wars, so maybe it's just like their planet specifically is often, a lot of maybe the species leaves the planet and becomes mercenaries for whatever reason. Like maybe that's the way that they find easiest to make it in the galaxy. I really don't know what the lore is, but yeah. And then we have another one of these Inferno bats that JCC was talking about. So we've got two of these guys now. Still no arms, unfortunately, but they're really, really cool, like Jolly Rancher clear plastic figures, and I just dig them, more Cobra characters. Again, G.I. Joe is one of those lines that I do not talk about enough on this channel. I am excited. I'm going to give you guys a little sneak peek. I am excited because I did just get in this Spirit figure, and I did filmed the review. I haven't edited and like uploaded it yet, but I'm really excited to talk about this new classified figure. But the 3 3/4 inch Joe line is definitely where my heart is at. It's just I don't have a lot of opportunities to get those figures. And if it's between a G.I. Joe and another clone trooper, typically I'm going to go the clone trooper. So it's a whole thing, but I do so love talking about G.I. Joes. Like, that is the toy line from my childhood. I love Star Wars, but I grew up with G.I. Joe, and they will always be special to me. Oh no, I dropped something. I don't know what I dropped, but I dropped something. Hang on one second. Gotta like work around my camera here and not knock it over. Oh, okay. Sam, you know you're going to be late to... Yes, I know I'm actually not going to be late to hang out. I'm going to be leaving soon. We're almost done with the live stream, James, so shut up. Yes, I am going to go hang out with some friends tonight, so I tried to squeeze this in before then, but we have this cool thing, this cool strap for something. We've got a R4 droid head from the Jedi Starfighter. That's awesome. Another a Tactics Darth Vader. Weird that there's two, but, you know, that'll be useful for the game. And this thing, somebody will have to name this. I assume this is like a Disney character from something that I just haven't watched, but good grief, that's horrifying. Anyways, hey Rust, if you don't have the hand for Anakin, just take out his arm and bam, you have Anakin fighting Dooku from Attack of the Clones. That's a fair point. That's a very valid, fair point. Next up, we have Clone Wars Barriss Offee, and like this very velvety, not velvety, what is this, like suede? This fabric is very gross feeling. Let's just put it that way. It's very gross feeling. It looks cool, like it's a very flowing fabric for an action figure to have, but it feels very icky. Like maybe it's just aged very poorly, or it's like degraded over time, but it feels kind of sticky. And as a fabric, I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. But it's a cool figure, and again, we're basically filling out my entire Clone Wars Jedi collection from one box, because I did not have any of these. And speaking of Clone Wars Jedi, here is Luminara Unduli, missing a lot of accessories, arms, bits and bobs, etc., etc., but that's still possibly useful, and maybe I'll find the other parts, you know, in other hauls. If I can find this guy randomly in a haul, and one time I found an arm for a Kashyyyk trooper that I was missing in a Lego haul of all places, if I can find stuff like that, I'm going to keep these figures, and I'm sure that eventually I'll be able to find the missing parts as well. So, yes, her legs do look really weird. They're very spindly. They're very Clone Wars-esque. I don't like that at all. It makes them very difficult to stand up without bases. But yeah, then the, you know, stuff and things, action figures, that's what we're talking about here. Now we have a spring action, I think, maybe spring action Mace Windu, or maybe not. Nope, no spring action. Okay. All right. We have Mace Windu, another one. I have so many Mace Windu figures, I probably should get rid of them. Bits and bobs, lots of bits and bobs, you know. There's bits, and then there's bobs. Anyways, let's see what else we got here. We have a figure that I did not know was ever made, just Padme. Padme from like the dinner scene of Attack of the Clones. How exciting. Yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing that I have now with some glitter and stuff. Very cool. Missing a hand. Why is that like all these figures are missing hands? I don't get it. I'm not mad about that necessarily, though, because these aren't figures that I'm necessarily super thrilled to have on a shelf. The clones have their hands, and that's what matters to me. I wish the bats had their hands. That would be really cool, but the fact that, you know, some of these side characters like Padme's missing a hand, I'm not too worried about it, because, like, legitimately, I could just pose them like they're, you know, Imperial officers or something, you know, like that. That looks pretty good, and you don't have to see that there's a missing hand. And, oh, this is really cool because I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that this is the guy from the comic book that came with Clone Trooper Alpha and Obi-Wan Kenobi. I think that this is the villain from that comic book series, and I think that this is from another comic pack, and different character, different comic pack, same comic book series though, which means that this kind of ties together that whole line. The same way that like Quinlan Voss and Commander Faye had the Kashyyyk comic packs, and then the Kashyyyk Commander and Kashyyyk Trooper were a continuation of that storyline. I think that this guy is from the Jabim Republic comic pack or comic series. So that's really cool. That's just really cool to me because it's nice to have the characters from that comic pack. I grew up with it, very nostalgic, and having the villain, who I only recently knew that they made into a figure, it's pretty sweet. I'm very stoked about that. Wait, that's not Thor? I assume you mean Thor, and no, that's actually not Thor. That's the guy, the separatist guy. He fights with the droids or whatever. Well, we're getting to the nearly end of this box, an hour and a half into it. I did not expect. I thought this was going to be an hour long unboxing. I did not know this was going to go to an hour and a half, and it's going to go more because we're still not done, but we're mostly done. We are mostly done. We got this this base, I guess. I don't know what this probably goes to. One of the characters, one of the random Disney characters that we've seen around here from various things. Either way, it's a cool little piece of plastic, I guess. We've got Big Bird playing the cymbals. Hooray. And then we've got this. This is super cool. I want to say it's R5M2. I could be wrong about that, but it's the Empire Strikes Back droid from Echo Base. Just a very simple design, but the R5 droid is one of my favorite droid designs. So I've always wanted to have every single version of the R5 droid, both in Lego and in 3 3/4 inch Star Wars. However, that's very hard in 3 3/4 inch because Disney's been doing the Build-A-Droid line, and there's so many parts to the R5 that are just from the Disney parks only, and I just have no way of keeping track of that. I think even Jedi Business and those other forum sites that were keeping an archive of every figure gave up because of how many different things that Disney was making. But yeah, this one is cool. I'm very stoked to have this one. I've never owned the this version, and I just like the simple patterning. It's just kind of monochrome, just a gunmetal gray kind of metallic head, and then just various accent markings. It's very cool. 10 out of 10. I like it. Maybe even 11 out of 10. Maybe. All right, now we've got another Eth Koth, or maybe Agan Kohler. I don't know. It's one of them. It's this guy. He's got some gross soft goods going on here that feels very ew. But it does give him articulation. That's cool. Yeah, cool. Another Jedi figure. Definitely useful. We've got another antenna mold shock trooper. That's actually super useful. I can never have too many clone troopers. Again, like I said before, never too many antenna mold clones. So having another shock trooper is awesome. We've got, this is pretty sweet. I feel like this is Tartakovsky inspired. Obi-Wan Kenobi with a flowing cape and all that cool stuff. This is probably, yeah, this is Tartakovsky Unleashed. So this probably goes with that Kit Fisto. This will definitely go on my Tartakovsky shelf. This will fit very nicely on that. Oh my gosh. Dude, okay. So this raises the question, which Kit Fisto head goes with which body? Because now there's two Kit Fisto heads that I've found, both Clone Wars. And well, okay, no, that actually works. Never mind. That's how it goes. Because the skin tone is slightly different on each one. This one's a little bit lighter. This one's a little bit darker. And the neck joints actually match the correct one. So there we go. We have two animated Kit Fistos. This one I got already from somebody in the P.O. box, so I don't necessarily need that one. But this is the definitive version of him because he's super articulated, soft goods, all that stuff. this is definitely a really cool figure to have. I'm going to catch up here. Yes, a clone trooper. Yeah, we've gotten a couple clones. This is definitely a clone light haul, but still enough to make me happy. It could sell all these extra toys. You could get some big bucks. There's also a chance I might just pass them on to other collectors. Like, I like to be able to give back when I get hauls like this. So I don't know exactly what I'll do with all these things, but we shall see. I could definitely get rid of things like the Shrek figures and stuff because I have no use for them. But yeah, there's a little flying bat. I think that might be Momo from Avatar. I don't know. And then we have a Lego Wampa. That's actually super cool because I did a, well, I haven't even uploaded it yet, but that giant Lego haul from Facebook, I got a Lego Wampa, and it's just weird to get another one so quickly after getting that one. Not going to say no to it, though. It's a very cool big fig. I always like these large molded figures from Lego. Very uncommon these days, but always nice when they actually do take the time to make one. I feel like my like voice is going hoarse because I've been talking for almost 2 hours straight now. So if by the end of this I'm just like whispering, it's because my throat has completely given out. But then we have another Ben 10 character. Very cool. Very spiky. This looks like a Needler from Halo. Like if a Needler from Halo became a personified alien, this is what it would look like, I feel like. So that's cool. Throw him back there. Oh my gosh. I would say that there's still a good like 2 to 3 handfuls of figures. We have a Tactics Luke Skywalker. We have the Jedi robe that I think goes with this guy. I think this is what he came with, so that's cool. We have Tartakovsky-inspired realistic Anakin Skywalker from the 30th anniversary. That's cool. Missing an arm, unfortunately, and I already have him, so not a real loss there. Yeah, we're both going to be late. I have accepted that. I'm just trying to get through this, you know? So it is what it is. It's all good. We have this Ankylosaurus, which is cute, I guess. We have Clone Wars animated Count Dooku. Good figure to have as well. That's probably what the other cape goes to. It probably goes to him. And another Shrek figure, one of the 3 blind mice. Love to see that. Another Toy Story alien. How nice. Ah, Golden Pro. You asked the question that I answered earlier in this video. Where do I get my clone figures? The answer is just consistency. I check eBay very consistently. I check Mercari consistently. I don't find these hauls every day. This haul is very uncommon for me to find, but once in a while it happens, and the easiest way to ensure that you find them is just getting on eBay consistently, saving searches, saving the search like Clone Troopers or Clone Trooper Lot, and then when those get uploaded, or like when those get posted, you'll get a notification, and then you can scroll through and hopefully find a good deal, You are the best YouTuber. Well, thank you. The YouTuber. I appreciate that. I don't know if I'm the best YouTuber out there, but I am a YouTuber out there, and I appreciate you guys watching. I really do. You guys are awesome. He steals them from JCC 2224. Yes, I do. I sneak in at night, and I take all of his 212th Galactic Heroes. I take them all for me. These are actually his. This entire lot is actually from his house. Not actually. But yeah, yeah, it's just all about consistency. No worries, dude. Like, if you weren't here earlier in the stream, I just talked about it because I was like, I know people will ask, and so I was trying to address that. It's just consistency. I don't think I'll find another one of these, but again, it's weird. It's luck of the draw. I found that really big Facebook haul for the Legos. I found this recently, and then I'll probably go like 6 months without finding anything like this again. It's entirely random. I just don't know. But there's that, and there's Cad Bane. Very, very stripped down Cad Bane, missing pretty much everything. Cool custom fodder though. Like he's very articulated as a figure, so that's fun. Then we have Padme from Geonosis. That's pretty sweet. I don't know if this is like vintage collection, but it feels very like early vintage collections slash whatever other maybe like Saga not Saga Legacy Collection. This might be like Legacy Collection because Legacy Collection and early vintage collection share a lot of similarities with articulation and just overall like detail. So could be and it could not be. I don't know. I have a feeling like most of these figures are like Legacy Collection era, 30th anniversary Legacy Collection. I don't think anything really goes past that, so it probably isn't Vintage Collection. I'm probably just projecting that I want it to be from Vintage Collection. All right. Are you JCC's brother? I am not. I am not his brother. I am no relation, though we do interact, fairly frequently here on YouTube. I am no relation. This is a Rebel Trooper. That's cool. This is another green alien from Toy Story. Also cool. This is maybe like a Pidgeot or something from Pokemon. It's a Pokemon. There's been a couple little like miniature Pokemon. They're very nicely sculpted. Not a huge Pokemon guy, but I do appreciate a cool, well-made piece of plastic when I see it. There's Asajj Ventress, also an Unleashed figure. Unfortunately, not complete, because this would be really cool on the Tartakovsky shelf, but that's okay. The Pokemon is Starling. Okay, well, that's good to know. That is actually one of those things, again, I just don't know. So I appreciate, now that J4 has left the chat, I appreciate having other guys like you in here telling me what some of these are, because I just can't know everything. That's what I must accept. So, some of these figures I just don't know, especially the ones from lines like Pokemon that I don't specialize in. Yeah, can I do every 3 3/4-inch Jedi ever? Unfortunately, no, I don't have every 3 3/4-inch Jedi. I have a few, but far from every single one of them, and there are a lot of them. There's also a lot of different variations, so it would be hard to track down every single one of those. This is a pretty cool Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker with some nice soft goods, and I don't know what you're apologizing for, Kilcree. No worries, whatever it was. I don't take offense to anything here on the channel. I am very easygoing, so whatever you are apologizing for, no worries. You're all good, dude. I appreciate you just chilling here watching the live stream. We've got Quinlan Voss minus a leg. That's very unusual for a figure like this to be missing an entire leg. That's a shame though, because I think this is the one I don't have. There was like 3 Kashyyyk comic packs that came out back in the day. There was Quinlan with Commander Faye, there was the Kashyyyk Commander with the Kashyyyk Trooper, and there was, I think, this version of Quinlan Voss with the Devarian alien that he's like allied with in the comic book. And unfortunately, this is the one I don't have, and it's, of course, missing a leg. Sad day. Very, very sad day. How much is left? A couple handfuls. It's hard to say, but it's not much. It's definitely not this much. This is 90%. I'd say there's like 10% left. We've been going at this for 103 minutes. Holy crap. Oh my gosh. I am going at the speed at which I can go at. I should probably not talk about each individual figure so much. That's probably dragging on some of the time. This is kind of curious because now we have 2 of the same Count Dooku's. We have 2... Well, I guess they're not the same. This is actually a different version of Clone Wars Dooku, but we have 2 Count Dooku's from the Clone Wars, and now we have 2 Count Dooku's from other lines. I don't know which lines, but other lines. Maybe Legacy Collection, maybe Saga Collection. But yeah, there's 4 different Count Dooku's from this haul. I definitely will pick the best out of these and use that one for display. Right now, this one's missing a hand, but I like the head sculpt better. This one has both hands, and these are actually... This is curious because this is two different versions of the Clone Wars animated Count Dooku. So one has articulated knees, one is pre-posed. Probably choose one of these and use that one for the Clone Wars shelf. But yeah, that's always nice. We've got... oh, this is another ironic figure. This is obviously Empire Strikes Back Han Solo. I thought you could remove his headgear. You cannot. But I actually have this figure as well, and it's in worse condition, so I can just pop and swap that hand over, and boom, there you go. I'm going to try and catch up on chat really quick. Every Your Mama joke, no. That's what your mama said. Anyways, then you could do abstract 3 3/4 inch Jedi figures. I could talk about like the 3 3/4 inch Jedi figures in my collection. That would definitely be a decent amount. It's definitely been boosted by this haul in particular. But yeah, I might do that sometime down the road. We have another one of the 3 blind mice so far. We have 2 of the blind mice. We have an Ewok missing a hand. This is the one that gets blown up by the ATST, and then, you know, his buddy gets on him and like, oh no, yeah, it's so sad. It's not actually. I'm just, that's a meme. That's a meme, guys, you know, because I'm like, you know, borderline Gen Z / millennial, so like I understand memes and references. We have a Galactic Heroes Shock T. We have this guy. We have another Imperial officer. This has been a good haul for Jedi and Imperial officers. I'm going to say this is another comic pack guy, but ultimately it's just a cool figure. You know, bendable knees, which is uncommon for these types of Imperial officers. Swivel arms, and just in general, he'll look cool with the Imperial Army, you know? There's nothing wrong with having random officers just standing in front of your ranks of stormtroopers. And, oh my gosh. Dude, this is going to be the haul of, like, random Jedi. This is Asherad Het. I think I'm saying that right. And I also think that this is another comic pack Jedi. He's the Tusken Raider Jedi, one of my favorite designs growing up. Never had him, never had the chance to buy him, but now I have him, or at least most of him. He should have, like, a Tusken Raider headpiece that goes over top. But, dude, this has been awesome. This has been one of the top hauls that I've ever gotten here on the channel. I just came back and actually put Starlight, but this Pokemon's name is actually Starly. Oh, that's awesome. I appreciate the correction because again, I don't know all my Pokemon. All right, well, we're getting there. We are getting there. We've got... Oh no. Oh no. We've got squishy Shrek. I don't like this at all. Like, his legs are hard plastic, his arms are hard plastic, but his torso is... That's cursed. That's very cursed. Yeah, somebody once told me never to watch Shrek again after handling this. We've got McDonald's Appa from... Oh, hey, you know what? That's what this thing is for. This is a McDonald's toy. It's spring-loaded. Hang on, I'm trying to do this with one hand because I'm holding up the box. We load the flying monkey, and we shoot it out of Appa's head. Amazing. Epic. Oopsies. We've got Slink. Honestly, you know, I could just send all the Shrek stuff to JCC 22222222224, and he would probably throw it all away. No, I think he'd get a kick out of it, but I don't want to overload him with a bunch of, you know, janky plastic things that he doesn't really have a space for in his collection. We've got a miniature Shrek. That's probably what that green base plate is for. We've got a hat for Puss in Boots. We've got hologram Anakin. It's actually dead Anakin. It's Force Ghost Anakin, but hologram Anakin. Very cool. Probably super brittle, so we're going to be very gentle with that. I'm just going to see if I can get, like, everything everything laid out here. And then we can just go through it real quick, because we are basically at the bottom of the box here. There's just a bunch of little things that I got to get through, like little tiny pieces of stuff, accessories, hopefully some hands. We could do with some hands. Force Ghost Special Edition Anakin Skywalker. Indeed. Again, that's, you know, the little things I don't always know, so I appreciate that. Lots and lots and lots of things. Okay, nearly there. Just want to make sure I get everything out. All right, I think, checking under all the flaps. There we go. Okay, we've got all of the stuff from the box out on the table here. Now we just got to go through it, show it to the camera, stuff like that. We got Count Dooku, Galactic Hero. We're gonna go lightning round here. We've got Imperial Officer with maybe a Luke Skywalker head and missing an arm. We have, oh, this is cool. This is comic book Stormtrooper. It's not like a special Force Unleashed guy or anything like that. This is like interpreted from the old Marvel comics. So it's got like blue arms to kind of mimic the coloration. It's not the comic one that came with like green Tarkin. It's a different one, I think, but still pretty sweet, very unique. You could always use this as like a commander or something if you wanted to, just a weird or unique Stormtrooper officer. Got a robe for Yoda. We have the third blind mouse. We've got a plastic soldier that is cast to look like a redcoat from the Revolutionary War. Ha! Take the L, Britain. We won. Ha ha! We have a Legacy Collection Plo Koon. I definitely remember having this figure growing up. Pretty solid overall. A little janky at times, but still pretty solid. We've got Clone Wars Echo, which is really nice because I did not have this figure. So, ironically, I had this figure growing up. This was like one of my first Clone Wars figures that I ever bought. Lost it at some point down the line, and now I have it again, and it's not yellowed or anything. So that's really nice. This is a very clean Clone Wars Echo. Always happy to have that. Oh, this is cool. Clone Wars Magna Guard. Very cool. Very Clone Wars. Very Clone Wars. Very clone. Very Wars. Never had one of these either, so kind of neat to see how it was articulated or not articulated in the case of the legs. But still, very nice. We have a Clone Trooper pen. That could be something that I would do on like Clone Trooper oddities, but I don't think I would have enough to make a full video on. That's just one of those weird little gimmicky things that they made. We got this character. I don't know what this character is from. Could be something like Indiana Jones, perhaps. Hang on a second. Let's look for some markings, some stampings. Nope. No markings, unfortunately. But, yeah, there's no markings. There's not even, like, made in China or, like, a date or anything. So I have no idea what this is from. Somebody will probably be able to identify it. But, yeah, that's curious. We've got that. We've got discombobulated Chewbacca. Can I just, like, pull? Yeah, there we go. There's discombobulated, dismembered Chewbacca. This would be like if he took the place of Han Solo during The Force Awakens and then he died instead. I'm wondering, can I just like... I think it's missing a piece. I think it's missing one of the rubberized pieces here, and that's why it's so loosey-goosey. But there's that. Another Chewbacca. Here is a cape. I don't know what is this? Oh, this is this is for Fiona. Wherever Fiona is, this is Fiona's dress. Like clips around her waist for whatever reason. That's cool. That's something I didn't need. We've got Clone Wars Evan Peel, though. That's a sweet Jedi figure, adding to the long roster of Clone Wars and realistic Jedi that we've gotten in this haul so far. We've got half of Ahsoka. Ahsoka got Darth Maul, I guess. We've got the helmet for Galactic Heroes Darth Vader. That's always nice. Part of a battle droid, part of a Clone Wars battle droid, I might add. That's pretty sweet. Something that I can, have as like a dead battle droid in the battlegrounds. We got Yoda's lightsaber, a red lightsaber blade, a piece to something. Plastic soldier. Yoda, a pretty decently sculpted Yoda. There's that. That thing. Couple more little Pokemon characters that I could not name for the life of me. But again, very nicely sculpted, so, can't complain there. We've got the helmet for Captain Rex. Captain Rex is under this pile somewhere riding atop Captain Rex. Or riding atop Rex, the T-Rex. So there's that. Maybe this is a better thumbnail. Maybe this is a much better thumbnail. Just Captain Rex riding Rex. There we go. That's the new thumbnail right there. Perfect. That's an art form right there. Just creating the perfect thumbnail. We've got a wing to something. We've got a wrestler, another one of these weird animated wrestlers. What else? This thing. Oh, you got the names. Dude, you're on it. Victini and Chimbar. Okay, that's good to know. Probably Victini and Chimbar. I'm just going to assume. I don't know. We have Cad Bane's hat. So wherever Cad Bane ended up. Oh, there he is right here. Cad Bane actually does have his hat. So that's sweet. Maybe this is the version of Cad Bane that doesn't have like the tunic or something. Might be like a later season version of him, so he doesn't actually have more than that. I don't know. Here's the happiest Emperor Palpatine you've ever seen. Look at that smile. What a nice guy. I'm sure nothing bad will ever happen to him. We got more Yoda. We got The Last Jedi, Luke Skywalker's lightsaber. It's broken in half. We've got the Z6 rotary gun that goes with Echo, I assume. That's cool. A little bit of everything going on here. We've got Asajj Ventress's lightsaber and Sidious's lightsaber. Randomly, we've got a Lego Sebulba. That's awesome. I mean, it's missing its legs or arms or whatever you would call those, but that's super sweet. That's like the new one, too, with all the paint apps and everything. I bet I could probably track down those parts on Bricklink pretty easily and have a complete Lego Sebulba. So that's cool. We've got a jetpack for Jango Fett, probably that one that we found towards the beginning of the stream. Backpacks for the battle droids. Another plastic soldier red coat. Take the L, Britain. We don't like your tea. And then we have Qui-Gon Jinn. A very large-bodied, small-headed Qui-Gon Jinn. That's a very disproportionate action figure. Like, look at this guy. He's got, like, the goofiest swole arms, and then he's just got this, like, tiny little head. Tiny little Qui-Gon Jinn. Alrighty. Well, there's that. We got the helmet for Jango Fett, presumably, which is great, because, the missing accessories are always good to find. We've got a blaster for Cad Bane. Surprisingly, very surprising to find, missing blasters like that. We've got a complete Lego Super Battle Droid, always nice. We've got Commander Cody. Commander Cody from the Clone Wars Unleashed line. Very cool just to have more Unleashed figures in general. I just dig having those. That's one of my favorite lines that's not like like an action figure line, like a proper action figure line. Some weapons, an Ewok weapon, a DC-15, always good to have. This pilot, I had the the straps for his legs around here somewhere, so I'll reattach those at some point. But this is some form of like A-Wing pilot, I think, probably 30th anniversary A-Wing pilot. No helmet for him, unfortunately. That's a kind of a bummer because it's a really cool pilot design. I like the dark green that's going on there. Oh man, we're speed running this. We are speed running to the end. Oh, no way. I knew that there was some Lego in here. Really, I like the Wampa was all I really knew about. I didn't know that there was the Super Battle Droid, and now Phase 1 Clone Commander Cody's helmet. I will have to compare that to my current Lego Phase 1 Clone Commander Cody. That's a mouthful. And just see if the prints are, as good as this one, and then swap it out for whichever one is better. But that is super cool. The Phase 1 Commanders from Lego, I'm still missing Commander Gree, but those... I have all the rest. I'm just missing Commander Gree, and they're becoming harder to find. They're just, as Lego becomes more popular, it's been booming in popularity recently, those have definitely gone up in price and popularity. Yeah, so we got Balter Swan, which is sweet. This is another rare figure, or less common figure. Somewhere in the mix, in the bottom of this pile, there is a Luke Skywalker that actually uses this same body mold, and I was really confused because I did not realize that they used this body mold for any male characters. But now that I think about it, they definitely did, because I think some of the Geonosis Arena figures also used this body, and the giveaway for that is the Bolter Swan body is that the elbows turn inwards so that she can do a double hilted lightsaber hold, like, giving her Yoda's lightsaber here. The elbows turn inwards so that she can hold the lightsaber with two hands like that. So yeah, they used it for her. They used it for Luke Skywalker apparently, and they used it for one of the Arena Jedi as well. So that's cool. And oh, sweet, 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 sweet. We have 2 Cobra Bats with their hands. Unfortunately, they're not like the weapon hands, but just having their hands is huge. So I think in total, we got 6 Cobra Bats plus Overkill. I don't know if that's like one battle pack or if that's multiple battle packs, but that's crazy. We got 2 of these guys, just the standard bats, I guess. We got 2 Inferno Bats, or no, we got 4 of these, 2 Inferno Bats, and then Overkill. So I'm assuming that's like a full battle pack. These are absolutely awesome. I love this design for the Cobra Bat, and I love the little lenticular sticker going on in the chest plate there. Really awesome to have those. And last but certainly not least is a clone trooper that I knew was in this pack, or in this haul, but I did not intend to save it for last by any means. This was not intentional. This is the Kashyyyk Trooper. Not technically. You'd say this isn't a Kashyyyk Trooper, that's Commander Neo. It's the comic pack Kashyyyk Trooper, and actually it's the concept art Kashyyyk Trooper. In early concept art, this was going to be the Kashyyyk Trooper. It's Commander Neo, but with a very dark blue, purplish color for his markings, and this will be the second one of this clone, which I'm really excited to have. It's a very uncommon clone, only came in one battle pack, or one comic pack rather, and I can replace that belt fairly easily. In fact, I'll probably just give him a plain belt. That way he's like the standard clone trooper, and then the other one with the shoulder strap, that will be more like the commander or the officer or something. So really, really excited for this. He was one of the big reasons why I even tried to get this haul, and as you can see, that paid off immensely well. I had no idea that 90% of this was even in there. I assumed I was going to get a lot more stuff like this, Shrek and crap that I didn't want. But this is insane how many good figures I got. The Cad Bane is super cool. All the Jedi, the Rebel Pilot. I mean, good grief. I am just blown away. I don't even think that I can really organize this in any meaningful fashion for like a thumbnail or anything. It's just a pile of action figures. And like I said, I paid like $60 for this plus shipping, 20 bucks shipping, so altogether it was like $80 for all of this, which is just insane. You're not going to find these figures this cheap again. I'm very fortunate. That's all I can say. I'm just really, really grateful and fortunate to have found this. If you're trying to find hauls like this, I'll just say it again, you know, check eBay frequently, check Mercari frequently. The deals are very uncommon, but you can find them. They're out there, but just don't expect to find something like this right away. You might have to wait a couple months because I do not typically find hauls like this. Let me be honest. I upload what I find to YouTube, but you're really getting the highlight reel. You're not seeing all the hours I spend checking eBay, checking Mercari, checking Facebook Marketplace, you know. So don't get any kind of wrong idea there. I'm not out here getting hauls like this weekly or anything like that. I'm not some sort of crazy like, yeah, I don't have a secret source where I can get clone troopers for $5, you know. For the most part, I'm paying what everybody else is paying for figures, but once in a while something like this happens and it's just insane. Like I cannot express how insane this is, especially like getting this figure. You know, like I said earlier, I got this figure after just less than a week ago. I broke my own version of him, and this is one of my favorite Jedi figures. It's just it's insane. I don't even know what to say. I'm kind of speechless by what was in here. I was not expecting half of this, and now I'm just dumbstruck. I am quite literally dumbstruck by all of this. But yeah, I've been talking for an hour and a half, and you all have been gracious enough to listen and watch, and I really do appreciate that. Yeah, I don't even know. Yeah, this is finally it though. We're finally wrapping this up. So there's this and all this stuff. I can't even do a thumbnail. The thumbnail is just going to be, you know, Captain Rex riding on Rex. That was the best I could come up with, and that's where I'm gonna have to wrap this up because I got nothing more to really say about all this. If you want to, you know, recap it all, feel free to go back and rewatch this because it will all be up on the channel as soon as possible. You know, I love that there's these two droids in here, you know, from Empire Strikes Back. It's a really cool little combination to have two of the Echo Base droids in the same haul. I don't think they came together. I think these were, you know, individually packed, but it's cool to have those together. So yeah, there we go. There's everything, all the figures. I appreciate all you guys who tuned in. This has been probably the longest, certainly the longest live stream I've ever done. And yeah, I'm really tired now, so we're going to wrap it up there. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, link down in the description if you want to check out my Instagram. P.O. Box is down there as well. Other stuff, link to Entertainment Earth, all that good stuff. I am Rustabout Collector on all platforms, so if you want to find me somewhere like Twitter, TikTok, whatever, that's how you do it. And that's it. So thanks again for watching, guys. Have a great evening, noon, or night, and I'll catch you all